What else do we think we need? We're still looking, to do some things to even make us better. I think you've heard, maybe another bat, if that makes sense out there somewhere, even on the pitching side. So, it's not like we're done. So I think, those are our priorities right now.
So you were still consulting for the Giants before you took this job, or was that
Yes.
still ongoing?
Yes.
So when you went to them and told you what they were going to do, what was their reaction?
I didn't go to them to tell them that
Tell them you were
downtown.
taking a new job?
No, Texas called and asked permission, but I did talk to Farhan. But I didn't go to them, so that's how that worked.
So you haven't talked to them since, or?
No.
Bruce, in that Zoom with deGrom before Thanksgiving, what did you take out of it in terms of what he was saying, and maybe what message did you want him to get from you?
Yeah, I think what I got from him is, how really committed he was to, playing on a winner. I think he liked the fact that, we were in the process of building a winning culture in Texas. A man, very humble man that wants to, he just wants to pitch, and a guy that also wants to be a good teammate. That was, excited to listen to what we had to offer. For me, again, when you're in that conversation, you don't know where you at or where you stand. But the fact that he and his wife Stacy, they showed a tremendous interest in what we had and the possibilities of what could happen with Texas baseball.
So when Chris Young came to your house, and Ray Davis came to your house, the sales pitch, that totally makes sense. But I'm curious, what questions did you have for them before you were content that it was the right fit for you?
Yeah, my questions probably more than anything was really what their vision was. I that was important to me on where they thought they stood, on what they were looking to do. And it's a tough division. I mean, they have the best team in baseball. They're the world champions against Seattle, but they've had a couple difficult years. Let's be honest, and so that was important for me to kind of hear what their plan, their vision was, to help get this turned around.
Was there anything specific? I mean, I know you mentioned that they want to win, that they're pushing, that they're building towards a winner, but was there anything specific about the vision that they told you that was like, okay, that's it, we're good?
Yeah. No, I think the biggest thing we talked about was we had to improve the starting pitching. I mean, that's where it starts. I mean, you got to throw it, you got to catch it, and that's probably never going to change, and it certainly won't with me. And so that's where we had to really get better and get some experience out there, some winning a winning attitude. Sometimes when you have some difficult years, the last part of that process is believing you can win, and that's what has to happen now, and that's going to be part of my job and the coaching staff's job.
Bruce, one of the issues that have come up in recent years, especially in terms of veteran managers, is the discussion of where the dividing line is between the front office's role and the manager's role. Did you have to have any kind of conversation with them on that topic?
It's not. It wasn't what I brought up, but it was discussed because that might have been a concern. But it's all about working together. I can work with anybody as long as we're working together. Analytics, you have to be open-minded. I mean, you want all the information you can get. It's so valuable, but also I think it's important that you have the freedom to do some things that make sense to you, and so it's putting both sides together, as they say, a marriage of both, and so sure, we talked about it because I don't want them to think I'm old school and I'm not open-minded to anything. I've always used analytics. I go back to San Francisco. I even go back to my early days in San Diego. That's just part of the game. It's just now there's so much more of it, and so I think they wanted me to make sure that that they understand that, and it's not every decision is not going to be driven by analytics.
Does anything get rusty a few years away, or have you just done this way too long for that to ever be the case?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'll find out. I'll get spring training to chip off some of it, but you watch a lot of games, and I'm like you guys. Hey, why is he doing this or doing that? But there's been some rule changes, so there's some things I got to catch up with. The rules, analytics, things like that. That I'll be working on to make sure I'm up to date with everything.
Were there any of the new rule changes that will be taking effect next year that really caught your attention and seemed like an adjustment for you?
Well, I mean, they all kind of catch your attention because you've done, you've done things so long that a rule is going to raise some eyebrows, I think. But the pace of game, that's going to be adjustment for a lot of players. And I saw it in Las Vegas. I've seen it work though. It's pretty good. Las Vegas. I don't know if you've ever seen a game there, but I think it's like 14-10, and the game was under 3 hours. It's amazing the pace. So, and I'm a big pace guy anyway, even without the clock. I believe in it, and I think it's good for the pitchers. It's good for the infielders. So I'm good with that. The throwovers. That's going to be it's changed the strategy a little bit. Stepping off or throwing over a couple of times, and you're in a box a little bit. So, these are things that I think about. The bases. I'll be honest. I don't know how big a difference it's going to make. It may make them try to be more aggressive, but I think you'll see pitchers even get quicker to home plate, things like that. But hey, doesn't matter if you like them or not. You just got to make them work and make them work the best you can.
Bruce, are you looking forward to 14 games against Phil Nevin?
Yeah, Nev. He's already called me a couple of times on that. So, you know what? I'm happy for him. I really am that that they kept him and he's there and he'll do a great job for them.
Bruce, you said how euphoric you were when you got deGrom, going back to the Giant days and Padre days. That you were the happiest since when? Like what free agent that you guys got? Francisco or something trade?
Wow. The one that comes to mind right away is Kevin Brown. I'll never forget when we got him in '98 with San Diego, and he just changed our staff. We ended up going to the World Series that year. Not just the talent that he was, but Kevin and his approach to the game and everything just made the rest of the staff better. But most of our guys were homegrown guys. If you look back up in San Francisco, we got Barry Zito, and that was a very exciting time. And at times it got a little bumpy there, but you look at what he did in 2012, it's well worth it.
Your coach, in your first year in San Francisco, you had Barry in his last year. What did you think of the Hall of Fame vote yesterday and the whole predicament this was?
Yeah, my take on this, I'm good with whatever they want as far as the committee with the Hall of Fame, you writers, when y'all vote. I happened to have Barry for a year. I saw him across the field. He's the best player I've ever seen. He is. But it's getting. With the setup that they have, it's made it difficult for a lot of these guys to get in. So, I don't get try not to get caught up. Well, he's definitely got to be in or this or that. Barry is going to get in, I think, at some point. I really believe that. And he was really good the 1 year I had him, and I'm thankful for the time I had with him. And so I actually pulled for him. To be honest, I think the world of Barry, but I understand those guys, that group, they're having a difficult time, but I think it's going to happen for them at some point.
What about
Oh, I should have mentioned Freddie. You know, you got to look at the positive. I had Freddie in San Diego, and I mean, I could. This guy is. You talking about class? I mean, what a teammate. What such a great guy. But I mean, what a great talent too. You look at, you know, all the clubs he's been to, and what he did for every club. I mean, we traded him to Atlanta and ends up, you know, killing San Francisco because of what he did. So. You know, Freddie deserves to be in there, and I couldn't be happier for him. And in fact, I need to fire him a text. I'm glad you reminded me.
Butch, can you go back to, you were just talking about Kevin Brown acquisition with San Diego. And I think that year you also brought in Dave Stewart as pitching coach, right? So you had a new pitching coach, you had a guy at the top of your rotation. Can you explain a little bit more like how the staff, the mindset, you started to allude a little bit.
Yeah, I'll use another name on this, Evan. He, you know, Kevin Brown. We signed a guy in 2009 in San Francisco, Randy Johnson. This is Randy toward the end of his career, and he won his 300th, but he wasn't, you know, the big unit like he used to be. But the impact that he made on that staff, on Tim Lincecum and Kane and those guys. I know Timmy, I think, had won a Cy Young, and you know his comment was, "Really, you're happy with one?" That was just Randy's mentality, and you never stop trying to be better. And Kevin Brown was like that. Every bullpen, it was full bore. Everything he did, and that's contagious. And the great thing about our game is you're able to play. If you're in it for a while, you get to spend a lot of time with tremendous players, and you see why they're so good. But the same thing happens for the players. You know, they got a guy right beside them. They see how hard they work. Well, they want to do the same, and not just with the work, but you know how they approach every game.
What is Will Venable's role going to be?
He's,
I know what his title is, but
yeah, you know, can't get caught up in the titles too much, but he's going to be on the bench helping out. You know, he'll be help coordinate the spring training, but he'll be like your typical bench coach. I know Donnie Ecker. He's kind of has a similar title, and you know he'll still be in the dugout, but he's going to be helping our offense. You know, that's a gift that he has. But you know, hey, I plan on using all these guys and picking their brains too.
Do one more if anybody's got one.
What's that?
One more if anybody's got one here.
What do you think of the new playoff format in terms of what it does for the game, but also just the different challenge it presents?
Yeah, I think it you know, you first look at it when they expand it, you always go, oh man, we're going to flood this thing, flood it out. But it was good for baseball. It was. You know, you look at how it went, and I know there's some questions going, well, some teams are sitting, it affected them, but you know, the best team won. The best team were the world champions, and I think with the interest that it created, it was good for the game. It's good for a lot of fans throughout our country, you know, and a lot of teams that, you know, were battling at the end to get there. So I'm good with it.
Hola amigos de la Máquina Deportiva, yo soy Johnny Vázquez, a todos les mando un fuerte abrazo y un deseo importante de seguir para adelante. Sigan así, que ahí está el futuro.